What we do here is go back.
Hey everyone, you're listening to Nerd Boys Comic Blog. I'm Marco.
And I'm Andrea.
And today we're giving our first reactions and opinions on the movie Justice League. But there will be a lot of spoilers in this. We have no filter for spoilers because that's just the people we are. We're two people who like to discuss movies without much regard for other people's, opinion.
Or mostly it's because of me and I have no way of stopping myself from saying spoilers.
Yeah, Andrea doesn't really have that filter for spoilers. She'll go on a tangent and just be like, and everyone dies.
Yeah! Woo!
Yes. But we're going to talk about Justice League, our thoughts on the movie, give a little bit of our opinion on the characters, and just right off the bat, Andrea, would you recommend this movie to anyone?
Yes. When I first saw the trailers, I was like, oh god, this is going to be so bad. I don't want to watch it. Let's just wait until it comes out on Redbox or something. But after watching it, no, I kind of want to watch it again.
Yeah, I would definitely watch it a second time. I would recommend it to a lot of people who are DC naysayers. If you go into the movie looking for problems, looking for very obvious faults, you're going to find a lot of reoccurring issues with DC movies. But if you go into the movie kind of just wanting to see the Justice League, it's going to be very entertaining. And if you want a more comic book accurate DC universe, I think we're building to that. So that's the end for the no spoiler talk. We both say go watch it. But if you already have seen the movie, we're here to talk about our opinions. And you can also share your opinions in the comments.
I'd love to hear more opinions because I've been corrected more than once about my opinions.
Yes. And just another correction real quick. Andrea did like Thor Ragnarok. She just had a lot of criticisms. I like Justice League. I have a lot of criticisms. So we'll get into that later, but...
Yeah, Thor is not... we cannot compare Thor to Justice League and Justice League to Thor. They're both really good movies. I did like Thor, and I do like Justice League. Just each one to a very specific type of like.
Yeah. I mean, Marvel has their branding for the movies, and DC seems like they're going for a different kind of branding. And also, the Fox Marvel movies and the Sony Marvel movies, they all seem to be, different brandings of a familiar package. And they all have their own faults. But do you want to talk about the pros of Justice League?
I would kind of want to talk about costume design in a bit.
Sure.
Sort of. I mean... Batman's was okay, too overly
too bulky?
Yeah, I don't know if it's because he's gaining weight. I don't want to be rude and say, damn, Ben Affleck, you gained weight, but I don't know if that's true. I haven't seen him. I don't know him personally. But it's just, his costume's a little too much. Wonder Woman's costume, still the same, still pretty, still gorgeous, and fits her perfectly.
Yeah, kind of a little bit brighter too.
It did have a little bit of brightness to it. I did notice that.
And the skirt looks a little bit shorter too.
Well, I don't know if that has something to do with her being pregnant during those shoots.
Yeah, but it's unusually short. You got a lot of upskirt shots.
Oh, I saw a lot of upskirt shots.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did.
It's fan service right there.
Did please me.
Yeah. Oh, before we go any further, should I talk about what happened in the movie? Just a brief summary?
Oh, sure. Go for it.
Okay, so Justice League, we're going off the heels of the death of Superman, and now just a world thrown into chaos, even though this Superman wasn't very hopeful or bright or cheery at all. So I don't know why the whole world would just suddenly be like, oh man, we lost Superman. This guy who kind of saved a few people, but was kind of sad about it at the same time. But I guess that was enough to make the Parademons and Steppenwolf kind of step forward and be like, we can take the world now. Climbed out of their dumpster like Rita Repulsa. I was like, it's time to take over the Earth. And it's a lot like the Avengers. You have a magical space cube that needs to be retrieved by this one guy so he can open up a thing to destroy the world. That's all it is. It's the Avengers, both the Justice League. And it's up to Batman.
But I mean, you can't compare Marvel to DC because then if you keep saying that, then you have to compare all the Marvel stories literally have the same plot. Yeah. Every single Marvel movie. That's like saying all superhero movies are the same.
For a long time they were, actually.
But that's my point. You're simplifying something that shouldn't be.
Yeah. But it's up to Batman to be the Nick Fury and kind of bring all his leaguers together.
At least Samuel L. Jackson wasn't that huge of a douchebag. Well, I mean, he's naturally a douchebag. We always known him to be one, and Batman in this movie was a complete asshole.
Yeah, but Nick Fury's the cool dick. And Batman
he doesn't have one because he died.
Yeah, well, we don't know if Dick died or if it was Jason. That's very true, though.
Yeah. They could take it any way they want.
Yeah.
They can.
They could take that dick.
No! Didn't mean to make that joke, but I did.
But anyway, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about Batman. What'd you think of Batman, real quick?
I think I just said what I thought of him. He's a huge asshole.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, yeah, I'm not the superhero they need, but I'll bring him back. I'm gonna bring what they really need, and I'm just gonna be an asshole about it and still get what I want.
Yeah, I felt like Batman was really just being an asshole to Wonder Woman for like a good solid 10 minutes of this movie.
It felt like watching a 5-year-old pick on their crush.
Or a guy who really doesn't know how to put a team together, and like, it's like a soccer mom who's never been a soccer mom before. And then Wonder Woman's like, no, I'll be the soccer mom. Screw you. And then Batman's just like, Steve Trevor, I'll open up that wound again because I'm a dick and an asshole. But also, it's just like, Batman's still in a rough place right now. So I can understand why he's kind of an asshole. But at the same time, like,
this is the kind of Batman where he hasn't let go of anything, and it's just kind of like been amplifying little by little, like just gathering up.
Yeah. Batman 20 years without a league to like back him up is a bad Batman, or like not a bad Batman, but like an asshole. So to finally have the league with him, I think we're gonna see a brighter Batman, not really brighter, but a more hopeful Batman, one who, like, the Bat family's not there with him anymore if they ever were, and the league was never there to like support him.
Yeah.
So now it's like, this is the chance for a different Batman.
I felt like this was a perfect moment. Like, there was how he was like opening up wounds for Diana. There was a perfect moment for Diana to open up a wound for him too.
But they don't know anything about Batman. They don't know about Robins. They don't know about like Batgirl.
I mean, she literally has every access to the Batcave. She can fucking walk in. He said so during the movie. He's like, I spent billions and billions of dollars on that security. And she's like, yeah, I know. I can tell.
It looked expensive. Probably happened is he put all the Robin and Batgirl costumes like in the closet, and he was like, okay, you guys can finally come over now.
I don't know.
Come into the cave.
This Batman doesn't feel like the Batman that has experienced a lot. This just feels like a Batman who doesn't know what he's doing. Like, he's just thrown himself into something.
Maybe. But they could always like retcon it. Like later on be like, oh, it's just been a while since he's been in a team. It's been a while, and Commissioner Gordon kind of realizes that or knows that. Which,
he's usually used to team members listening to him because they've all been children.
Yeah. He's used to the whole like, hey, do what I say, not what I do kind of thing.
But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I kind of want to bring up Commissioner Gordon though, because I wish there was more of him.
Yeah, I really wish that too. There was like what, 1, 2 scenes?
Yeah, there. Altogether, there's like maybe 5 minutes of Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah. And
J.K. Simmons, with that mustache, he's Gordon. Like, I'm just like,
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
He kind of got buffed for no reason.
He got buffed for himself. Look at that, man.
Yeah. Well, no, he got buffed for the State Farm commercials. That's what it was.
Yeah. Who's up next? Can I talk about Wonder Woman and her people of beautiful women?
Yeah, you can talk about Wendy.
What?
Wendy.
Wendy?
Yeah.
What's Wendy?
It's a nickname for her.
How?
Wendy, Wonder Woman.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Okay. That sounds really dumb.
Yeah, well, so's Bats and so's Soups. Those are their nicknames.
Soups. Makes me hungry. But anyways, Wonder Woman. I really liked her. I kind of like that they opened up that wound because it kind of like didn't put just Steve to rest. It kind of like brought up certain things.
Yeah.
That she's been not dealing with.
Yeah. And left it just open-ended enough where it's like, you don't know what else happened, but you know that Steve died. He could come back and then die again, but he's dead now.
It's like every other superhero. I mean, we have other people coming back from the dead.
Yeah. Other people we'll talk about later.
Oh, yeah.
But I know you really love Amazons.
Oh, yes! Oh, yeah. Okay, so like because they each have a box, right?
Yeah, the 3 people of men or whatever.
And the Amazonians had one of them, and just like watching them fight. I don't know if I want to be one of them or be with them. Cause damn, like half of the time I was like, oh shit, they just did that. Another time I was just like, oh damn, they look hot.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people have been criticizing Zack Snyder for the costume design.
Okay, so I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
So, yes, there are a few women with like exposed skin, and it's not like, oh my god, they're like wearing very tiny exposed bikinis. You have to understand though, this clothing is not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not like they're showing off too much or anything. Their armor is like, it's an armor like you would expect from like any fantasy thing or like superhero stuff. But there was enough of other warriors with heavier armor.
Yeah, it was a good
so
mix.
it's like, it's kind of like when you do training to actually having your full on armor.
Yeah.
So I felt like it was really natural because you're not always gonna have armor when you're at home, are you? No. You're gonna be at your simplest, at your ease. Like you want to feel like you're at home, not constantly on the battlefield. Amazonians are not always meant to be on the battlefield. Yes, they do train, but they're not meant to be fighting constantly. So their outfits
They're
were
always ready for
appropriate.
combat, but stuff. Yeah,
They were appropriate.
it was appropriate. And this is also coming from the guy that made 300, so he has an obsession with abs. So, like, I can understand, like, that's Zack Snyder just being Zack Snyder and just being like, I want to see everyone's abs.
But I do have to say that I do like in Wonder Woman, the Amazonians, like their outfits in that one was just completely gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Like-
I liked the Wonder Woman armor better than this Justice League armor.
Exactly. I'm not letting Zack Snyder off the hook. I'm just saying it's not that bad.
Yeah. I mean, I could definitely see Wonder Woman getting an Oscar nomination for, like, best costume design. Could not see that for Justice League.
I really can't.
Yeah.
I like, even for like Barry Allen's fucking costume, it was just, it could have been better.
Yeah. Did you want to jump the gun to Barry, or do you want to talk about,
Yes, let's just go back, let's go to Barry.
Okay.
Because I was gonna say, I feel like
Grant Gustin.
Grant Gustin's outfit is so much better than this one.
Yeah, and Grant Gustin's outfit has changed over, like, the past 5 years.
Yeah.
And this is the first Flash costume that Ezra Miller is getting, so it might change over time.
I really hope it does.
Yeah, well, it definitely will
I hope it
now.
doesn't look like a Power Ranger outfit though.
Between now and Flashpoint, and then you also have Justice League 2, which might happen now that this is a decent movie. Mm-hmm. From then and then, it's gonna change a lot. And it'll probably go to kind of like an Injustice look. I can imagine them just going more metallic.
I really don't want that. That's why I say I really don't want it to look like a Power Ranger outfit.
Yeah.
Because I remember in Batman v Superman, he had like a weird armor looking kind of outfit.
Yeah, it was like Injustice.
So that's why I was like, God fucking no. Please no. Like, you could do so much better, but I don't want it to be like spandex, like actual Superman, Flash.
Yeah. So
Like,
you don't want like the 1990 Flash TV show?
I don't want that, but I don't want this either. I
Yeah.
want something simple and something easy.
Like the TV show, the current one.
Yeah, like that's simple, it's easy, it's flexible, it's not overly complicated.
Yeah. And you want the Flash ring at some point. Yeah, a costume that could just fit inside the ring. That would be great. But what did you think about not just his costume, but his personality?
I could have dealt without it. I really, like, I love Flash. Like, Flash, I don't know if people know me in real life, you understand that Flash is my favorite. Like, any Flash is my favorite. But by far, my favorite Flash is Kid Flash, which is Wally West.
The Ginger Wally.
The Ginger Wally. Not dissing
New 52.
New 52 for their Wally. I love that Wally too. And I love Bartora as well. But Wally West is by far my favorite.
Yeah. I think Wally's my favorite too, just because of the cartoons show.
I love him for comics, okay?
Yeah. Wally was my Flash when I started reading comics, but then Barry became like a big deal because of Jeff Johns. He brought him back in Rebirth, and he brought him back, Flash Rebirth, not DC Rebirth. And this Barry's kind of like weird and different in a
He's
socially awkward
quirky.
kind of way.
He kind of reminds me of Sheldon.
He does, but like an even worse Sheldon. Not
Like, he's not even nerdy Sheldon. He's just like all over the place.
Yeah. I mean, I did like the angle that they were playing leading up into Flashpoint, like, oh, his dad's in prison. He was, in prison for murdering the mom.
It feels really out of place. Even though this is Barry Allen's story, like, this is how it plays out, like, him having a job with the police, right?
Yeah.
But it felt weird, like, when he was showing his paper to his dad, he's like, I'm gonna work for the people that imprisoned you!
He didn't say that, but it was pretty much that. He was like, I got a job at the forensics department. And it's like, okay, that's cool. So we're building up to our actual Flash, and this is also kind of the thing that I'm really excited about. We're building up to the actual DC universe in the comics. We're building up to characters being who they really should be, rather than like dark and brooding and I'm so sad and angry all the time. I don't like this. Oh, these feelings inside of me. It's like that episode of Teen Titans Go, where the Teen Titans, like, they're like, this evil inside of me. That's what the DC movies have been for the past, like, 3, minus Wonder Woman, like, Man of Steel, BVS, Suicide Squad's, like, so dark. We're so dark and evil and scared on the inside. But, Flash just kind of brought, like, that whole thing of, like, I'm really excited to be here, guys. Yay us.
I feel like
but
it
I'm
was
also
just
scared.
I felt like it was Ezra Miller trying to be Barry, but still being Ezra Miller.
It's Ezra Miller, and he's like, I'm scared. I have a fear of piranhas and drowning and tall people
And bugs.
and
I have a fear of everything.
I don't know why the parademons didn't eat me, since I'm afraid, but whatever.
Oh jeez. Like, I know he could have been the biggest target,
Yeah,
unless he's just like falsifying his.
it's one of those Spider-Man things where he's like just talking a lot to get over his fears, like, yeah. But I also like how this is kind of a weird thing, but the slow motion, the Zack Snyder's signature slow motion, works so well with Flash.
Yeah, it would have been a little bit like there'd be a lot less scenes of Ezra Miller if it was just completely sped up.
Yeah. I mean,
or are you talking about like just fighting in general?
the effect of the Speed Force and like just the way everything's slowed down for Barry, like that
Yeah.
works so well with Zack Snyder's style. And it's
I
just
feel like it's like there's a specific moment you're talking about.
the sword moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then another moment, which I will talk about when we get to that character, but it was really awesome when it happened. Who's next? Aquaman? Aquaman. Arthur Curry.
My man.
The bro, Aqua bro. Oh my god.
Man, I keep looking at that man. He still looks fabulous.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a great chemistry with Gal Gadot on and off.
Oh, yes. I love that. Like, I was like, fuck Batman. Just go that direction. Aquaman looks better.
Yeah.
He's way better.
But he literally met his wife in this movie too.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
They should just have a fling.
No, I think like he has to end up with Mara. It's one of those established things.
I don't like her. I just met her and I don't like her.
For Flashpoint, they could have the Aquaman Wonder Woman thing, because it does happen in the comic.
Yeah, I understand.
But for the actual regular Prime universe, I think, just keep it.
I know, but I feel like it would be more like a brother-sister kind of thing.
Oh yeah, between Wonder Woman and Aquaman.
Yeah.
Their people seem to get along too, kind of.
Yeah.
At least in that war. Yeah.
Overall, he's a great character. I like him, but I felt like it did fit in perfectly into the movie because of Jason Momoa's personality and how he took the character. If it would have been a more stricter, we would just have 2 Batmans.
Yeah. If he was like the reserved king of Atlantis, he would have been boring and like another.
We just have 2 Batmans, 2 Batmans, stubborn as hell, fighting, bumping heads.
Yeah, but this is like Jason Momoa made this character pretty much Jason Momoa, and I was like, okay, they made Aquaman less of a joke, but more of the comic relief.
And I loved his costume.
Oh yeah, his armor is pretty dope.
I'm not gonna lie, his costume looked fabulous, but there was times when I was just, this is really weird, I was just staring at his junk and I was just like, why am I staring at his junk? It's like way too out there. Like, you could have done something more to be a little bit concealing.
But did you notice that Ben Affleck, like his junk when he was like fighting Superman, spoilers, but when he was fighting Superman, like his junk was all loose and like flopping around.
I did not notice that. Mostly because I got really bored of watching Batman. I like every time he was there, I was just like, okay.
Yeah. And you could tell like both him and Gal Gadot kind of had their baby bump going on. Affleck had his beer belly.
Yeah, that's funny. That's a funny way to put it. But yeah.
Yeah. Enough Aquaman. Let's talk about
But Aquaman's junk. I'm just kidding.
Enough about Aquaman's junk. Let's talk about Cyborg's non-existent junk.
Oh, that's so mean. I like the fact that there was more lines and more story to him. Like, they actually involved his backstory. They involved his father. There was a lot more lines to be said and a lot more things to be done from him. And they did it. Like, the trailer just kind of made me sad constantly. And I was like, God damn it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have Cyborg. And I'm gonna be so freaking sad throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, I love Wonder Woman, but I mean, maybe it's just me being like me because of I'm like huge fan of Teen Titans and everything, and I seen Cyborg, I was just like, yes, 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 feeling so pumped because he's so pumped. But then the last minute is when he was pumped. He said, "Booyah!" I was so fucking happy. He said, "Booyah!"
Yeah, and it wasn't just like a really sad, brooding like, "Booyah." It was like,
"Booyah!"
It was excited. Booyah. Yeah, I was like really worried from the first 3 trailers because it was like very little Cyborg. There's like that one line where he's like, I heard about you. I didn't think you were real. Mm-hmm. And it was like, that never came up in the movie, by the way. But it was just like, oh, we really having Cyborg just do one-liners and that's it?
Yeah.
He'll be the guy who has a mother box who like reconstructed him, and he'll know how to deal with the mother boxes. But other than that, he's just gonna be exposition and a one-liner. But no, he was you established the character that he's pretty much a beast kind of situation, where he's like, I'm ugly. I don't. No, more like Hunchback of Notre Dame. He was just like, I'm a monster now, and there's nothing great about me. I can't go outside. I can't be with people. I can't do any of this stuff. And it was up to Wonder Woman to kind of like bring him out of his shell. And I really like that because they're both people who've been in seclusion. Wonder Woman was in seclusion for much longer, but, you know, Victor kind of had the motivation from Wonder Woman to get out of his shell. And I was like, yay, I don't know if this is from reshoots or if it's just, like, originally in the movie for Victor to be more involved earlier on. Because I felt like if they just kept him out of the loop until, like, the very end when they needed him, or, like, close to when they needed Superman, it would have been just terrible.
Yeah, I would have.
But, do you want to talk about Superman?
Yes! Let's
Okay.
just get to the good part.
This is literally when the movie got good for me. Like, when Superman wakes up, I'm like, okay, I'm excited, I'm happy, my favorite character is back.
Yeah, like, I could tell, like, I kept constantly looking at Marco. Like, I knew when the movie picked up for him. But for me, I felt like I was on and off about it. Like, I was like, no, yay, no, yay. Then it did get pretty freaking serious and pretty freaking awesome towards the time that Superman showed up.
Yeah.
Like, half of the time I was just like, this is a joke, right? This is not funny. This is not coming off too well. Oh, that fight's pretty awesome, though. Oh, okay, you guys are doing that? Okay, let's go with it. And then Superman. Woo!
Everything was hype. As soon as Superman wakes up, as soon as, like, there's a fight scene between him and the Justice League.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Which, can I say, was a little bit cheesy, like all 4 of them standing and then Batman not being there, because I understand Batman has to, like, physically get there because he has no powers. But, like, it felt really cheesy, all 4 of them showing up and, like, Superman just looking at them like, who the hell are you guys? But it was pretty badass, but felt cheesy at the same time.
I just want to bring up the part where Flash is running at Superman.
Oh, yeah.
And Superman notices the Flash while he's, like, using the Speed Force, and it's like, there it is. There's your proof. Superman can keep up with Flash. I don't know if it's just because Barry is less trained, but, like, just that head turn while he's in the Speed Force, I was like...
Well, it was, like, first the look. It was just
eye?
the look. Like, the eye was, like, keeping, like, on him.
Yeah.
He's just like, I can see you. And then Ezra Miller's face was just like, no way. This never happened before.
Yeah, and the whole Justice League going up against Superman.
And we
couldn't
saw
stop
that
him.
Wonder Woman is fast.
Yeah.
But
And strong. Like, she headbutts Superman.
oh my
like-
god, I wanted to talk about that so much. Like, he headbutts her first, and then she just grunts at him and like headbutts him next, and he's just like picking you up off the floor, and then headbutts her so freaking hard, knocks her onto the floor. That is just, I was like, abused much, but that was pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah. And then we have a good reversal of the BVS lines like, tell me, do you bleed?
Oh my god.
Automatically, Superman, as soon as he sees Batman, is like, I remember you. I'm gonna kick your ass.
You can't handle me being alive, and you can't handle me being dead. What do you want from me?
Oh man, you won't let me live, you won't let me die. Okay, so everything about Superman in this movie was totally worth it, like getting two really gloomy Supermen just to get this really cheery and upright Superman.
And a CGI'd mustache.
And a weird upper lip. They shaved... So they had to use CGI to get rid of Henry Cavill's mustache because for some reason Paramount really want to be jerks about this. The whole time in the movie, you can notice that they reshot practically every Superman scene because he has a weird digital upper lip.
It was funny to me.
And there's never
I
consistent...
tried not to stare at it, but I kept staring at it.
There's never consistent stubble on his upper lip. It's either they try to get rid of everything or they leave a little bit.
It looked like a blur.
It was a blur. Especially the beginning. The opening scene where his face is just CGI'd all the way. Like, it's so bad. I'm happy that Superman actually has a cheery personality now.
Yeah.
And he's
like
there
towards
for
the
people.
end when he made a joke.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, I take it back. I want to be dead.
And this is the first time in a fight that he actually saved people.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. It's so amazing.
So overall, pretty good.
Pretty good. Do you want to talk about Steppenwolf? Or should I say that for the Charles conversation?
Oh, well, I have to go to work, so...
Oh, okay. So I think that's going to be it for our reactions to the movie. Me and Andrea loved it. It was, loved it or liked it?
I really wish I could talk more about it, but I have limited amount of time after watching the movie.
Yeah, this is just our initial reaction to it. But later on, it's going to be me and Charles doing our whole spoiler cast and review of the movie. We'll have more time to talk about it, and hopefully Andrea can also join us for final thoughts and all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. This is us at Nerd Boys Comic Book Blog, signing off.
Peace!
See you guys later.
Bye.